A lot of things happening this time of year. What's going on with real estate? Hi, this is Jason Daniels with Finch and Gable Real Estate Company, and I wanted to go over our market update for the month of October now that we're in November. Interest rates, again, went up November 2nd, 3/4 of a point. We have a midterm election this week. Again, a lot of things going on, but let's take a look and see what happened last month. So we have new listings are down 22.4% compared to this time last year. Our sales, no surprise there, are down 33%. We had 1,100 sales, which is still fairly strong. However, last year in October, we had just over 1,600. When we look at the average sales price is still up from this time last year, 4.4%. And believe it or not, it's up 1.8% from last month. So homes are still holding value at the average and median sales price if they're priced correctly. Median sales price, $465, and that is up 4.3% from last year and also up 1.1% from last month. So we're still seeing, things aren't dipping too bad. Total active number of homes available, 2,645. That's a healthy number of available homes on the market. Back in 2008, we saw almost 6,000 homes on the market. And this time, I would say last year, we had about maybe 400 to 500 homes available. So we have 5 times more inventory. But the good news is we're a little bit more balanced market right now going on with that, which 2.4 month supply. That means if there was no new inventory, it would take 2.5 months to sell the amount of inventory that we have currently on the market. And last time this year, there was only 0.6, just a little bit more than half a month inventory of supply. So that's down 4.6%. So we're almost a little more balanced when it comes to that. So we're seeing things settle down. Now, overall, if we look at the downward trend of sales, ultimately that's going to catch up to us, and I think prices are going to come down a little bit. But right now, things are going really well for buyers because they have more opportunity. They're not having, again, multiple offer situation. We're seeing more buyers able to get closing costs or discounted purchase prices. We're seeing anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 off kind of your average purchase price. The good news for sellers, though, there's people taking their home off the market that they would traditionally for the holidays. So if you're able to leave your home on the market as a seller, you're going to sell your home now because I believe prices are going to come down just a little bit next spring. So what does that mean? Nobody has a crystal ball. When we started at the beginning of the video, we have a lot of things happening. We have a seasonal dip, which we see a seasonal trend of downward available listings and number of sales seasonally. But we're also seeing this weird thing with the Fed. We're up at almost 5% federal interest rate on borrowed funds between banks. And currently today, the average interest rate for a 30-year mortgage on government side like VA or FHA is right around 7%, and conventional is right between 7.5% and 7.25%, depending on credit score and the different variables there. So interest rates are the highest they've been, I believe, since about 2003. And home prices are high, so that's putting a little bit of crunch on buyers. So again, there's a lot of buyers sitting on the fence trying to figure out, is this the right time or not? So I still believe it's a good time as a buyer because you're going to have more inventory to choose from. You're going to be able to negotiate a little bit lower price. And then guess what? Interest rates at some point are going to come down, most likely, and you can refinance. Make sure that you can still afford the payment at 7 or 7.5% interest. It doesn't make financial sense to try and get in a payment, and most lenders aren't going to let you get into that if you don't qualify for it, even with a 2-1 buy down, which we talked about in another video. One other piece that we don't know yet. Now, by the time this video comes out, the midterm elections will have happened. We're going to do a deep dive on that on the next video. So please stay tuned and watch next week's video, because when you're watching this video today, the elections happened on Tuesday, and we're shooting this video prior to that. So we're going to take a deep dive in how are the midterm elections going to affect real estate nationally and also locally here in Colorado. I believe that's going to be a huge impact because the Fed is planning to meet again on, December 14th to decide whether they're going to raise rates or not. It's too early, too soon for them to decide whether they're going to stop raising. So it sounds like they're leaning towards raising them, but it depends what's going to happen with the domestic gross product you know, all the numbers the economists look at, inflation, is that curbing inflation. And that's going to be their key metric when they meet in December. So stay tuned. On the next video next week, we're going to talk about midterm elections. How does that affect your real estate? And then also into December, we're going to keep watching that and keep you informed. So please stay tuned. Otherwise, have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.